Good morning. I am going to make Dani Valents chocolate love cake. I have made it before, quite a few times. It happens to be my favorite, but I wanted to make it. I had a bit of rosemary, and I thought I might as well make it. May sound a bit odd for a cake, but there is rosemary in this cake, and it's really delicious. So let me go back to the start here. Here it is. So it says chocolate love cake with Turkish delight. Now, I actually don't make the Turkish delight. Just making sure my speakers are right up here. I did make it the first time, but honestly, we don't need to eat the Turkish delight, so why make it? So what I can do, it says start cooking, but what I can do here, because I know they make the Turkish delight first, is I can scroll down here past the jelly to where it says cake. My oven is preheating. My tin is ready. And I'm not going to do the whole nutmeg thing because I've got a whole lot of nutmeg here. But basically, it's asking you to mill a whole nutmeg and then you use part of that. So I'm just going to guesstimate on the nutmeg. So it's 15 seconds on speed 10 if you were going to do that. Transfer to a bowl and set aside. Okay, without cleaning the bowl, 80 grams of pistachios. Now, these are a few that were my husband very dutifully shelled for me. And then I've got some others here. All right, pop the lid on. Just going to turbo a couple of times. Transfer into the bowl. There we go. So there's the pistachios. Without cleaning the mixing bowl, 100 grams of dark chocolate. I've got this lovely Calabo chocolate. Same deal, I'm going to chop that up. 5 seconds on speed 8. Goes into another bowl. There's a few bowls involved with this, but that's all good. So there's my chocolate all chopped up. And I will just scrape some of that out with the, remember with your spatula, always push to the bottom of the bowl. Go. Next. Oh gosh, here we go, another bowl. 400 grams of raw almonds. So these I get from the source. Great, this cake is gluten-free, it's not dairy-free. Now, some rosemary. So it's my rosemary. It's a little bit on the dry side, but I think it'll still be fine. So it says 1 sprig, leaves only. I'm doing a couple of sprigs because there's oh, still smells really good. Okay. Ten seconds on speed 8. Okay. So my nuts are all beautifully milled up here. And 180 grams of brown sugar. Well, I will probably put in about 100 here, I think. I'm not even sure I've got, see what I've got in here. Oh, well, that's what I've got. That was all I had. That is fine. 130 grams of unsalted butter, so cut into pieces. So I've got some, this is here. Good. A pinch of salt. All right, 20 seconds on speed 6. So it's just gonna mix all the sugar, the nuts, the rosemary, and the butter. So it, you know, it is for making the cake. Gonna scrape down the sides of the bowl. Oh, it looks amazing. Look at that. Beautiful. Doesn't need that. Going in again. Ten seconds on speed 5, and we can preview what's after that. Right, I'm just going to move these bowls. My pistachios and the chocolate. And I've got eggs here ready to go as well. I think I should have had a tide before I started this. Anyway, transfer half the batter into the prepared cake tin. So I have just greased it and just lined it. I'm very lazy with the lining. But half of this mixture here is going to go in. Okay, it's about half. It's going to push it down so it just goes on the base. All right, so there's my base. Okay, then I put the chocolate in. So the chocolate's going in here. Just going to spread that around. Sorry, I forgot my phone was on. Just stopped. Okay. And then I'm going to add more to the mixture. So I'm going to add my 2 eggs, which I've broken into here. 250 grams of natural yogurt. Well, we are sort of, you know, a little bit transient here, so I am buying the yogurt, and I do like the Greek. I do normally make it though. No, I got a spoon out before. What have I done with that? There it is. 250 grams. If I am buying, I always buy this Greek. So we've got enough here. Oh, we've got enough. Good yogurt. Half of the reserve nutmeg. So I'm going to just do a bit of a guesstimate and put some nutmeg in there. Half of the reserve pistachios. So these are, half of those are going in because I know the other half goes on the top. "20 seconds on speed 4. So speed 4 is a normal cake mixing speed. Then this mixture just gets poured. So this is the mixture in here. This gets poured on top of this layer. Here we go. That'll do. And smooth out. Well, it's smoothing itself out there, as you can see. And I'm going to sprinkle the rest of the, it says reserve some pistachios, but that's, I think, if you're doing the Turkish delight. So I'm just going to sprinkle the rest of the pistachio mixture on here. It's such a delicious cake. I remember during lockdown, my lovely neighbour at the time, Kelly, she knew this is my favourite cake. And I had my 60th birthday during lockdown. So there you go. That tells you how old I am. And, well, roughly anyway, didn't tell you which year. And she knew this was my favourite cake and she brought it over and left it on the doorstep for me, which was so nice. Then I've got to bake it for 45 degrees. So I'm going to use the timer on the machine here. 45 degrees. Now, I learnt last night, I'll tell you about this in a second, 45 minutes it said, didn't it? 45, that's it. Start. Let me just pop this in the oven and I will be back. Just a mo. All right, then I can cross that off and keep going with something else if I want to. But I learnt last night that that's called a tumbler. And the reason I know that, and you have to excuse my super messy kitchen, I haven't turned this on yet, but look what I picked up last night, TM7. So that is my next job, to get that up and running, and very exciting. So I saw some people cooking in it last night. Sort of, we made a dish in it, and I saw people making Pretty Dream, and yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. Anyway, I will take a picture of this cake when it's done and post it with this video.